Greetings, fellow action figure connoisseurs, and welcome to another episode of Digital Caveman Presents G.I. Joe Tuesday. I, as always, am your host, the Digital Caveman, and today I will be presenting you with the G.I. Joe Classified Series G.I. Joe 60th Anniversary Action Pilot Halo Jumper. Let's get into it! Let's start things off with a look at the packaging. Here we have the G.I. Joe Star, the 60th Anniversary Medal? We'll go with metal. And there's a hook for hanging it, a window to let some light in from the top of the packaging, and that window wraps around to the front, which has a great big huge window showcasing all of the figure and all of the accessories, 4 and up, and assortment number if you need to see that. So there's that. Warning, don't stick things in your pie hole that do not belong there. Some nice artwork. Again, that 60th Anniversary Medallion Action Pilot Halo High Altitude Low Opening Jumper G.I. Joe Classified Series. On the bottom, small print, fine print, legalese print, made in China print. Symbols I'm not going to learn. Some other symbols I'm not going to learn. And a barcode. On this side, again, we have some nice artwork of the Halo Jumper, G.I. Joe Classified Series, and the 60th Anniversary Medal. On this side, G.I. Joe Star. Again, that artwork. Here is a QR code that you can scan if you want. I don't think it will take you to anything meaningful about the character. Probably just shop.hasbro.com. And then there is, I don't know if it's a practical photograph. Knowing Hasbro, it's probably a digital render of the guy parachuting. And G.I. Joe Classified Series are at the bottom. 60th Anniversary Medallion. And then a nice practical photography shot of the Halo Jumper in front of Sky Striker. It looks like probably the HasLab one. And then they like blew up the background. And anyway, so forced perspective kind of thing going on there. And then here's some close-ups of some of the features of the figure. Probably digital renders here. Action Pilot Halo High Altitude Low Opening Jumper includes figure, parachute, and 18 pieces. And there it is again in a bunch of other language. Parents, GIJoe.com. Attention, warning, Achtung! Don't stick things in any language pie hole that do not belong there. Don't give it to babies. Attention, especially don't stick it in your French pie hole. Small, fine, legalese, made in China print, and Hasbro print. That, my friends, is a look at the packaging. Let's take a look at the figure and his accessories. And here we have handy dandy tweezers to take a look at the accessories. And a lot of this, I see a lot of this is reused from other stuff. This I know comes from Airborne. And it's the night vision goggles and the helmet. Also, the goggles. Anyway, you can, if you have Airborne, you know what's for use and what's not from that figure. So, here we have a knife, all molded in solid color. And I forgot to say, you know, these have a nice little silver paint apps on the ends of the lenses. Other than that, it's molded in one color plastic, like most of these accessories. Here's a pistol we've seen lots of times. Nice molded detail. Again, molded in one solid color. Let's see. Here we have a machine gun. Pretty cool looking. Nice molded details. Again, molded all in a single color. The magazine goes in tight, but it is a removable piece. So that's cool. Here we have a rifle. I want to say this came with the Viper 3-pack maybe. But regardless, it's a piece that we have seen before. Again, nice molded details, molded all in one color. The suppressor is removable. It does have a port in the barrel for the suppressor or blast effects, and the suppressor also has a port for blast effects. The scope is not removable, but the magazine is, and I think it's the same magazine that goes in the gun we just looked at too, so that's neat. And it's a cool looking piece. And then here we have another rifle, which I'm sure we've seen before. I don't know where. Again, maybe that Viper 3-pack. It's got a port here for blast effects, and here for blast effects, grenade launcher, and the regular pistol. Again, nice molded details, and really cool, fun looking piece. Removable magazine. That gets all up in there. And here we have the in-use goggles, and it's got a paint app, silver paint app for the lenses. And then here's the when not in use version where they're covered. Here's the helmet that those goggles go with, along with the night vision goggles. Got a little bit of paint app here on the side, and on the side as well for the earmuffs, headset, whatever you want to call it. And these connect to this port right here in the front, this square port, and you can put them like that when not in use, or if you want them to be using them, you flip it over the other way, and then that's how that works. And then these not in use goggles, they go on the outside. That just doesn't look like it fits right, but I don't know. I'll have to fiddle with it a little bit. Next up, we have a pilot's helmet, or it's also his halo jumper helmet, but it's got this nice big black visor, and it does, you know, move up and down. It's hinged or pinned in right there, so that it does have a hinge. And then also we have this piece that goes with the helmet as well, and this is his air mask and the bag here for it and the hose. So really nicely detailed piece. And there are ports here in the helmet, and these port in on both sides. Well, that was way too easy. And then the goggles close down on it, and this will peg into the backpack, which is the next piece we'll talk about. So here's his backpack. It's got some nice straps on here, and you know, a pop-in buckle right there, and it does still have a post on the back of it where it ports into his back. This piece right here has that post on it, and that's where that connects into. So that's cool. The backpack does open up, and as you can see, it's already looking like it's got some stress marks on it, and I've only opened it like twice. And unfortunately, this piece supports the parachute. The parachute actually plugs in right here, and we'll look at that in a minute too. And then this ports in right here to secure the backpack closed. And then here is the stand. So it's got the G.I. Joe star on it, 2 pegs, and a place for a name sticker all molded in solid color. And we've seen these throughout the 60th anniversary line. We've also seen these in the retro line. Get that out of the way. And then finally here we have the parachute, and it is like a kind of a nylon-y material maybe, and it's got a hole in the top of it, and you know, it's got some nice printed designs on it. It's got these strings, and then here is where it ports into the backpack with this right here. So I don't know if this is functional or if it's just for show. I may take this guy out one day and throw him up like the old gosh, what's his name? The high altitude, low opening G.I. Joe jumper. Lift Ticket. Is it Lift Ticket? No, that sounds like a different guy. I can't remember his name right off. But I used to throw that guy as high as I could to watch him parachute back down. Never got him caught in a tree either. So, a lot of what you're seeing here is reuse from Airborne as far as I can tell. And, you know, it's nice looking. And I'm not sure the head may be as well, but it might be new. It's hard to tell with all the camouflage paint and stuff on it. But I have to say, you know, the camouflage deco, I don't want to say paint apps. It might be tampos. You know, it looks really good. And, you know, just very, very military looking, which is what it's supposed to be. So, really cool. Excuse me. There you can get a good look at the face there. So, we've got some paint apps up in here on the vest. American flag here on top of the shoulder, an altimeter, holster, and then these straps from Airborne. Not one of my favorite overlay pieces. So let's take a look at his articulation real quick. He can look up that high. He can look down that low. Chicken neck, waggle. He can do the full exorcist, and I think his neck turned, well, just a little bit, not a lot. Butterflies at the shoulder, back that far, forward that far, so not a lot. 360 degrees of rotation there as well. And then he can raise his arm up that high, so well past 90 degrees. Cut at the upper bicep for a whole 360 degrees of rotation. Double hinged pinless elbow. And man, that don't want to work. I know I heated this thing up. There it goes. So I did break it loose earlier, guys, but it's back to being stubborn again. So you get that much bend out of the elbow. 360 degrees of rotation at the wrist. It's an in and out hinge. And then the other side is an up and down hinge. Although you don't get much out of it because of this cuff. So whatever's under here, it's probably a cut where the chest and the abdomen meet, or at the mid-abdomen. Maybe even a hinge in there. I don't remember from Airborne because he was wearing this as well. Feels like it might be a hinge, but he does have a ball joint at the waist. So in conjunction, those two let him bend back hardly any at all because of the overlay. Forward, the same deal. You know, it's that far, but... And then because of the overlay attachment to his legs, he can twist, you know, a little bit in either direction. And he can lean left or right. Pull down hinge at the hips, and it gives you that much of the splits. He can kick forward that far, so a little shy of 90 degrees. Back, not quite a full step. Cut at the upper thigh, 360 degrees of rotation. Double hinged pinless knee, and again, it's being difficult. I did heat it up and break it loose. But the detents on that thing are really, really tight. So you can get that much bend out of the knee. Then right before the ankle, there's, I guess, a boot cut, you could call it. And it goes 360 degrees of rotation, or it does 360 degrees of rotation. At the ankle, tilts down that far, tilts up that far, so up more than back for sure. And then it does have a forward-facing pin for rocker. And as far as the backpack goes, you know, you put his arms through the straps. You know what? I'm not going to do all this on camera. I'll do it off camera, and I'll be right back. Alright, and here we have him all backpacked and helmeted up for a halo jump. Of course, his chute is not packed currently. So there's how that works. And unfortunately, a lot of the gear does not get stored on the figure. The pistol can go in the holster here. Probably should have done it before I put the backpack on, but so would have made it a little easier. So there's the pistol in there. He does have a hoop for a suppressor, but he didn't come with one. At least one that'll fit the pistol, at least. And then let's see, there is a sheath for the knife, if I can find it. There it is. Just make sure you orient the knife correctly. And then it goes in upside down. That's in case he gets hung in a tree. So there is all that. And again, I did say we'd see how this connects up. And it doesn't connect to this one, it connects to this one. And so there's how that goes. And, you know, he hangs like that from it and just tangling all the wires up, or the lines. So there's that, and it will catch air, and unfortunately I won't be able to show it on camera, but there, I guess you could, you know, display he's landed. Now he's got to get out of his parachute and stuff. And then I guess if you didn't want to make him parachute, you just stuff it all in his backpack. And again, one of the rifles he could hold, or maybe two if he's dual wielding. So there's that. So we do have a lot of extra accessories. So he could be an airborne trooper like Airborne, or he can be a halo jumper like this. And I think that looks really, really cool. And there you have it, my friends. A look at the figure and his accessories. It's time for my favorite part of a review, comparisons. And here we have the G.I. Joe Classified Series G.I. Joe 60th Anniversary Action Pilot Halo Jumper with the G.I. Joe Classified Series G.I. Joe 60th Anniversary Action Soldier Infantry and the G.I. Joe Classified Series G.I. Joe 60th Anniversary Action Sailor Recon Diver, or Orca. Here we have the G.I. Joe Classified Series G.I. Joe 60th Anniversary Action Pilot Halo Jumper with the Valaverse Action Force Special Deployment Series Swarm Sentry and the Valaverse Action Force Swarm Scarab. For our last set of comparisons, here we have the G.I. Joe Classified Series G.I. Joe 60th Anniversary Action Pilot Halo Jumper with from the Marvel Legends series making his cameo appearance, Stan the Man Lee. From the G.I. Joe Classified Series, the Hasbro Pulse exclusive Regal variant Cobra Commander. From Star Wars The Black Series, the Archive Edition 501st Legion Clone Trooper. And for a 7-inch scale comparison from the Masters of the Universe Masterverse line, the 40th Anniversary He-Man. For final thoughts on the G.I. Joe Classified Series G.I. Joe 60th Anniversary Action Pilot Halo Jumper, I have to say I'm kind of excited to actually try out his parachuting abilities and see how well that he parachutes. I haven't had a chance to do that yet. Maybe I should have done that before I finished the review, but I just, due to weather conditions and this, that, and the other, I just haven't been able to do that. So I'm looking forward to see if he can actually parachute. And if not, I wish him well. But other than that, you know, I like this, the look of it. It's basically airborne in camouflage, and you know, a butt ton of accessories. It's a little weird because his, I guess his pack mate, the Action Marine Sniper, you know, for the pistol, she has a silencer for her pistol, but no loop on her holster to put it, and this guy has the exact opposite. No suppressor, but he does have a loop for it. So a little weird on the accessories. This is like, some of the accessories are, it just seems like they're kind of arbitrary as to what they put in. And so that is what it is. Now, you know, everything that's on this guy I think we've seen before, except for maybe the head sculpt. But with all that paint on it, you know, it could be disguising that fact. From me, at least. But overall, I do like this guy. I do think he's a nice representation of, you know, the old 12-inch G.I. Joe line, and updated to be, you know, 6-inch Classified Series. I like the look of it. I think it does have a good look to it. These colors really look good on that Airborne mold, and I do like it. Now, just like Airborne, it has some reuse. You know, there's a lot of Airborne reuse going on here, especially this overlay. So, you know, the same issues with the leg straps still apply here. And, you know, other than that, really a great figure. I just wish he had better storage for his stuff, but, you know, he does have a parachute. Again, I hope it works. I'm looking forward to trying it out to see how well he parachutes. And again, if not, I wish the figure well. I hope no injuries or broken parts occurred during those tests. Well, that does it for the review. I hope you enjoyed it. I enjoyed making it. Only support from viewers like you make this programming possible. Each view does count, and I do appreciate each and every single view I receive. Thank you, and thank you so very, very much for supporting this channel through viewing. If you are interested in supporting my channel further, I am now offering memberships at various tiers. Click the join button on my YouTube page, or check this video's description for the link and see if any membership offers are right for you, but only if you are in a position to do so. Comment below, like, share, subscribe if you would like to see more content or just help the channel grow, or both. That's even better. And don't forget to ding that bell so that in the future you will be notified as my new content becomes available. That's a wrap, folks. I'll see you next time.